left in the first quarter. Alan Jakovic lining up at full forward on Shanahan. Bitterly cold here at the Optus Oval this afternoon. A must-win game for the Saints. The ground, despite the rain we've had, in reasonably good condition, certainly as good as you can get a ground this time of the year. Zilla. Ellis was in there trying to get a kick away. Now it goes to Harvey, who was brilliant last week in the mud out at the Whitten Oval. Vidovic, ball props for him. Gets away the quick hand pass to Jones in the long sleeve jersey. Anyone not wearing a long sleeve jumper today really doesn't own one. Wind, got a fingernail to it, I think. One behind only, so the first score of the match. A minor one coming up to Aussie Jones.
Ramiro with the job put on Rob Harvey, and Liberatore and Burke matching up.
Tony Campbell to kick in. Just about 18 months of football. Everett punches from behind. Doesn't really clear the zone. Ball inside 50. Zilla, quick hand pass. Opportunity for the Saints now through. Cripsey goes at goal. And has also kicked a minor score. One behind. So 2 behinds to St Kilda, kicking against this, I'll call it bitterly cold southwesterly. And Tony Campbell probably eager to get into the play just by kicking in.
Exactly. Nicky Winmar, who started on the bench in the first couple of minutes, now on the ground, interchange with Justin Peckett.
And Footscray certainly would have to improve on their performance against Hawthorn. They were very ordinary against the Hawks, and the week before against Fitzroy, they won by just 15 points, so their form is well down. St Kilda looking for a place in the top 8. Cripps bangs the ball long. He's already kicked a behind. Now he's kicked a goal.
A bit like learning on a golf putt from your opponent, isn't it? The way he measured that one, but
no, he's paid a free kick, not counted.
It's a free kick, yep.
For shepherding in the goal square.
Yep. Was actually a goal per se, but not given by the umpire because of the free.
Colinook goes wide. Winmar will intercept. So that was an interesting move, Roscoe, starting him on the bench just for the first 2 minutes. Goes short, puts Beveridge on a lot of pressure on the second grab. He's got it.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire.
Now Crediuk and Winmar starting to exchange blows. Pushing and shoving. Leon Cameron, the mediator. Luke Beveridge, right on 50. Kicked 16 goals for the year. Former Bulldog kicks a long bomb right into the teeth of goal. The high flyer was low, got his hands into the back of his opponent. Grant just bullocked his way out to Wallace, who was caught. Back to Weira. Advantage has been paid. Comes back out towards the half-back flank. Crediuk trips Beveridge, not paid. Hands and knees was Liberatore. Footscray players crashing into each other. Smith gets the ball out. Back to Leon Cameron. Beveridge caught, dispossessed. Liberatore does well to Rowan Smith. There's big rumours that Port Power's interested in Rowan Smith. The ball drops short and is taken here by Young.
Great game last week, Matthew Young, the former Hawk. Certainly one of Footscray's best, or St Kilda's best. And it's going to be a ball up. Hasn't really crossed the centre yet. Rowan Soares, John Harvey, Martin Ellis. 3 umpires this afternoon. And the rain has stopped, but the wind's still with us. It's bitterly cold. 2 number 2's tangle. Colonyuk and Brown. Ball, says the crowd. The umpire disagrees. And he's going to come in and ball it up again. Just outside 50 this time. No goals on the board yet. Cripps put one through, disallowed after a free kick. And the umpire throwing it in the air. Obviously one of the heavier parts. Everett taps down. Burke trying to get clear. Weira. Joel Smith. And the ball heads towards the boundary line in front of Tony Campbell. It's out of bounds, still on 50 on the other side of the ground. Not a huge crowd expected here this afternoon, and not a huge crowd turned up. But in view of the conditions, not really too bad. Wind and Everett. Harvey pursued vigorously over the boundary line down there by Jose Ramiro. Robert Harvey was terrific last week. Whoops.
There's a fair bit of feeling in this game, Roscoe.
There is, yeah. A couple of matchups getting a bit frustrated. There's a free kick going now against Harvey.
Kick.
Yep, going to Ramiro.
Had a great season, Jose Ramiro. Played 89 games with North Melbourne. And Ramiro to take the free kick at right half-back for Footscray. Decides to go for the hand pass. The Doggies trying to cross the centre line for the first time, which they haven't done just yet. Low in front. Ball knocked away almost by Kretiuk. West comes in, and it will be a ball up, still inside 50, still inside the centre square. Stewie Lowe going to contest this one. Nice hefty punch down towards West. Burke takes the hand pass off the centre square. Everett with Campbell, some pushing and shoving. Everett tries to get to the front, finally shoots out the hand pass. Now it comes down to Zilla in towards the full forward position. Off hands, there might be a free kick for a push.
There is, Pete, yep.
And Scotty Wine's going to be the recipient of the free kick. Footscray captain since '94, took over from Dougie Hawkins, the Brownlow medalist. Rain just about stopped.
So Nicky Winmar on the mark, started on the interchange bench. Wine kicks the ball to a big pack of players. Heavy shower of rain before the start of the game. Bitterly cold in Melbourne. So the ball trickles over the line for a boundary throw-in. So St Kilda 2 behinds 2 points. Footscray yet to score. Nathan Burke, wonderful season for St Kilda, leading the Channel 7 Footballer of the Year award with 24 votes for the season. He's got another chance today to add to that tally. Aussie Jones, one of the young guns of the Saints. Kicks down towards the half-forward line, taken by Smith, his partner in crime, all tied up on the half-forward flank. And one of the veterans of Footscray, 259 games, Stevie Wallace, former captain. Wind, Liberatore, ball kicked off the ground by Smith towards Burke. Ooh. Crashed into by Campbell. Everett shows great skills for a big man. From almost the impossible angle, has a pot shot, puts it through for 1 point.
Yes, and St Kilda all the play kept down that. They've been inside 50 quite a number of times. Just as we mentioned, the goal disallowed to Cripps, but they've got a couple of points, and that ball's going to come back now. Umpire John Harvey saying the area wasn't cleared sufficiently enough before he kicked the ball.
Tony Campbell, wearing 21, used to be number 6 in his earlier stint at Footscray. Not a bad sort of a roost. Sierakowski up one-handed. Grant. I'd love to have about 3 or 4 of him. He's another on the Port Power suggestion list. Everett. Daniels back into the side today. Back to Burke. Short to Elliott. Jamie Elliott's kick. Big pack of players down there. Winmar was the flyer from behind. Couldn't complete the mark. Wallace. Socket off the ground by Campbell. Liberatore. West. Oh! Everett came at him. West stood his ground well. St Kilda with the numbers at Vidovic. Campbell in front. Low. Nearly. Wallace. 259 games of experience, as Kev said. Cameron. Across his body. Daniels shows the better judgment. Again to Burke. Burke from left centre wing. Low this time. No. Jones tries to get away. Shoots at goal. Has missed everything. It's out of bounds on the full. So free kick to be taken by, it will be Steve Kolonyuk, I think, down there. Yes, it is. And Kolonyuk with the free kick in the right back pocket for the Scraggers. Still across the centre line effectively. So Jakovic and Shanahan at the other end of the ground will be getting pretty cool by now.
Very exciting young player, Aussie Jones. As Kolonyuk kicks long. Hurt his knee last year, around 21, didn't play in the finals for Footscray. So he's made a good recovery, Steve Kolonyuk. Nathan Burke just climbs back up off the ground. Scotty Wine won the toss and elected to kick left of screen. St Kilda down towards the Robert Heatley stand. Optus oval, caught high, was Brown. And he'll take the free kick.
Yeah, Chris Grant realising straight away that he'd got him high. No question on that one. Grant with the job on Stewie Lowe today. Tony Brown's been a good player, Kev, hasn't he?
Well, Smith, Brown game. And Jones, they've been great, haven't they?
There's that tackle again. Just his 14th game for the season.
They're They're a very exciting trio who made their debut last year, and each one of them has gone on. And Tony Brown pops it through for his first goal of the game.
Yes, and they've just persisted up there, St Kilda, and they've had the ball, as I mentioned before, inside that 50-metre area, so always a chance to score. The numbers around every time Footscray have cleared the ball towards the centre area, there's been a good double banking of St Kilda players to be able to rebound the ball back. There's the kick coming forward. Jostling there, Campbell and Everett, and there's the free kick.
First blood to the Saints. Liberatore and Burke. Libber, West. Short kick to half forward. Elliott nearly, or Young it was. Cripps out to Burke. Seems to be always where the ball is. Grant in front. Keen to make amends. Everett will go off the ground. Was it touched? And rushed through by Tony Campbell. A rush behind to St Kilda. So the Saints get to double figures on the scoreboard. 1-4. 5 scoring shots to Footscray 0. Campbell kicks in short, and still they haven't crossed the centre line. Kolonyuk kicks to the outer side, and Grant and gave away the free kick that cost the only goal of the match so far. Grant's kick to centre wing. Marking contest out there. Daniels off one step. Grant again. So the players down that end of the ground getting a decent workout and would be reasonably warm. Those at the other end would be feeling like they're in an igloo. Everett, one-handed, couldn't take it. Campbell with Elliott. Dummies once. Kicks it out in front of goal. Knocked away by Wirra. Liberatore is there. Libber's kick towards midfield. Daniels in front. Got a little bit of a nudge out.
He played it well, didn't he?
He did play it well.
Yep.
He certainly made, well, he made sure the umpire saw it. Kick down for St Kilda from Wakeland towards half forward. Pack of players. Ball scooped out the front. Harvey does it well. This is Zilla with speed just outside 50. Winmar's in the goal square, but Everett's in front and takes the mark. Well, it was a double whammy there. If he hadn't have taken it, Winmar was waiting at the back for the crumbs.
Exactly, Pete. And again, that double banking of St Kilda players just preventing Footscray getting over that centre line with any sort of effect.
Everett kicks his first and St Kilda's second. So the Saints to 2-4. Footscray get the score at Optus.
Yes, and the senior players leading the way there. Nathan Burke's having plenty of touches on Liberatore, and then Zilla just punches his ball forward. And as Pete said quite correctly, if Everett didn't take it, Winmar was sitting behind ready for a chest mark.
Stanell's on screen, Gary Colling beside him. 32 goals for the year for Peter Everett. An exciting talent. Footscray yet to have the ball inside their attacking 50. Aussie Jones out of the centre square. The Saints once more into attack. Backing back, taking is Wallace. Loose man wide is Johnson. So Footscray just can't even get the ball into a goal-kicking situation. Dimatina, was he hung on to? Not paid. Picked up by Smith. Good turn of speed. Kicks wide. He's looking for Darcy. He's got him. This is the first time they've been inside 50. Jakovic on a lead's got it. Looks to be in peak condition.
Yeah, so he gives himself a chance, doesn't he, Kevin? He has form like he did last week, 11 in the reserves, and he's been standing still for so long. He could very well have pulled a hammy coming out for that one, but read that very well. Good kick coming in from Watts too. Darcy, I should say.
Probably could lose a couple of pounds. Peak condition is probably a bit of an overstatement. But he can kick goals on his day. 45 metres out, and he's popped it straight through. So a great start for Alan Jakovic. It's just his 4th goal of the year, and he's all pumped up.
Yes, there's no question he gets excited, and he's obviously keen to do well just to finish off the season with a couple of good games. But they set that up pretty well. Footscray coming across ground. Good battle there. Smith bringing the ball across the midfield area. And then Darcy just turning very quickly onto his left, and Jakovic read it well, and the kick was very good.
One forward thrust for Footscray, resulting in 100% success rate. So the difference back to 10 points. Djekovic kicking Footscray's first goal. Ruckman go at it. Burke. West. Funny old kick. Oh, Smith nearly kicked his teammate down there. See who that is on the bottom of the pack. Young gets up. It's Kolonyuk. He really had to check his kick there. Otherwise, Steve's head would have finished in the new grandstand. Vidovic tries to find Brown. It's a foot race. Harvey kicks it towards the centre wing, this side in front of our commentary position. And it's out of bounds. So a boundary throw in resulting in the second half of the opening term. Darcy and Vidovic. Ball spills from the arms of Elliott. Craig Ellis applies the tackle, and again it's out of bounds. So the boundary umpire will have some more work to do. 10 points the difference in favour of St Kilda. A must-win game for the Saints. Vidovic and Darcy. Vidovic, second try. Harvey overruns it. Ball scooped out. Harvey nearly legged. He's caught by Liberatore. Brushes that tackle. Not many can do that. Vidovic. Burke. Well shepherded. Footscray with the numbers. Wine should take this with the gloves and does. The Brownlow medalist feeds it off to the former captain, and Wallace kicks from short of half-back.
And he's got a loose teammate in Weira. He's got Joel Smith to beat. He'll need support. Gets it from Cameron. Back to Weira. He's had a good year at Footscray. Played just the one game with the Dockers last year. Backing back with Sirakoski. Gets it from Wakeland. Back to Harvey. Never stops running. Daniels. Fires it off to Cripps. Back to Daniels. Under pressure across half-back St Kilda. Finds a loose player in Sirakoski who'll pump the ball along inside 50. Grant's there. Wind over the back. So the Footscray skipper playing a major role, playing as a loose man in defence. Just trying to cut off the high marking of Everett and also Stewie Lowe. As Rowan Smith has it. Centre wing position. To Ramiro. He's got the big job on Harvey. Jose Ramiro. 89 of those games were for North Melbourne. Kicks to Hargraves. Sirakoski does well. Takes a very strong mark. To Burke, who's had a starring quarter. That's his 8th possession. Goes wide to Brown. Kicks down towards the half-forward line. It's a poor kick. It's out on the full.
So free kick going Footscray's way. The recipient's going to be, that's Weira. 7 minutes left in the term. Brad Weira. Kick drops a little bit short to centre wing. Burke again. He's everywhere. Burke and Harvey leading the competition in disposals, and perfect example so far in this quarter. Picked up by Joel Smith. Joel Smith. Well, you have to back your judgment in a situation like that. It was excellently done. Off the hands. Opportunity for Brad Johnson. Couldn't get clear. He's looking for a free kick for holding the ball. That would have been a little bit harsh if Rowan Saws had paid that. And Matthew Young will extricate himself from that situation for a ball up. Rowan Saws, super veteran. Vidovic defensively towards the outer side. Burke again. Liberatore's got him. Daniels. Burke from Jones. And Joel Smith takes the mark in front of Grant. Looks for 50 metres. Academy Award performance, Joel. Aussie Jones. Blasted back towards midfield. Everett, bump ball. Brown gives it to the big fella. Oh, gets it back again, Jones. In towards full forward. Harvey, oh, Ramiro all over him. Bardsley started on the bench low. Has to back his judgment. Wind will rush it through for a behind to St Kilda. Doing a good job down there, Scotty Wind. So 2 rush behind for the quarter. 2-5 to 1 goal. 11 points the difference. And under 6 minutes left in the term. Tony Campbell to again kick in. The light improving here. Weira makes the lead and takes the mark.
And kicks wide towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. Ellis. He should get 50 metres as well. They pay advantage to Grant. Goes down and finds Leon Cameron. Missed a lot of the season through injury. In front of Djakovic. Shanahan's hard to beat. Applies the pressure. Rowan Smith pounces on it. Chance for Footscray. This could skid across the face of goals. Boundary throw-in.
Quick, isn't he, Smith?
He is very quick, and the word is that whilst he's not a high-profile player, that he's the sort of player that Port Power is showing a bit of interest in. So a chance for Footscray. Boundary throw-in, just 5 metres around from goal. Cameron being dispossessed there by Smith and forced over the line. Leon Cameron with his hands on his head. Last year, the Age Footballer of the Year. Just had an interrupted season with injury. Former best and fairest way back in 1993. Tapped on by Peckett. Sierakowski loses it and Darcy runs the ball over. 2-5-17 St Kilda. Footscray 1 goal, 6 points. Very promising player Luke Darcy. Vidovic giving the hand signals. Dimatina sharks it. A hurried kick back inside 50. Sierakowski drops it. Beveridge rockets the ball to Shanahan. He'll get support here from Wakeland. Under pressure once more is Beveridge, so a big chance for Footscray. Inside 50.
Scoop, Kev.
Throw.
And it's a throw and a good decision. Cameron to take the free kick. Now he gives it across to Johnson.
Just a couple of ball handling errors there. Sees the ball being returned there. The drop mark by Sierakowski, the chest mark, did the right thing, got himself in the right position. Just couldn't hang on to it.
Johnson playing his 50th game today. He's kicked 12 goals for the season, can't bend it back.
Cameron might be coming off too. I hope that's not a bad sign. He's running off, so probably just for a rest or a talk on the phone to Terry Wallace.
Nigel Kellett to come and replace him, and then Jamie Elliott goes off for St Kilda, replaced by Nicky Winmar.
So close to the end of the quarter, 2-5 to 1-1. Another chance for a Footscray goal, snapped by Johnson. And he's missed the lot, or is it a behind? It's the latter. So 1 goal, 2 now, Footscray. To 2 goals, 5 St Kilda. 9 points the difference. New stand being constructed down there. It's going to be a beauty when it's finished. Young. Kicks to Winmar. Wirra. A little give. Hargraves might be out of bounds on the full, and in fact it is. So the free kick in the left back pocket for the Saints will be taken by Matthew Young again. Certainly made every post a winner since coming over from Hawthorn, where he played 20 or 21 games. Now 38, so he's had a very good season at his second AFL club, and as I said, has made every post a winner. Zilla from left half back measures his options, finds Shanahan. Shanahan up the centre of the ground. A few touches. Not a ground on which to bounce it today. And that's a mark. Steve Crediuk. Just short of midfield. Trying to set something up with the kick. Probably going with the wind. Footscray in this first quarter, and it bounces. No, he hit Djakovic in the mush. Kicked their only goal so far after a good mark and lead, and umpire Rowan Saws runs in. He'll bounce it about 35 metres out from goal.
Bit unlucky not to get a free
I
kick,
thought
Alan
so.
Djakovic.
Yep.
West. Now this ball could skid through. If it's got legs, Aussie Jones will run it through. So St Kilda 2-5-17. Footscray 1-2-8. Make that 1-3-9. As Young goes very short to Nicky Winmar. Started on the bench, then went into the forward pocket, played on Crediuk. Now having a run on the ball. So St Kilda with the ball on the half-back flank. Everett beaten by Collingwood at ground level. But he's got plenty of support there from Tony Brown. But once more the ball is over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Gee, with the amount of play St Kilda's had, you reckon they should be a bit further ahead at this stage, shouldn't you?
Well, they dominated the first 10 minutes, Roscoe.
Yeah, they've just, Footscray's just come back a bit and just settled down.
Vidovic, sharked here by Collingwood. quick kick back towards 50. Hargraves, very important young player for Footscray, along with Luke Darcy. Callett, a veteran. Ball's forced over. Most determined player last year, Nigel Callett on screen. He's been around for a while, hasn't got a lot of games, but he's had a lot of injuries, a lot of hamstrings. Daniels. It's a hurried kick back towards the edge of the centre square. Aussie Jones, tremendous young player. So's Joel Smith, off the creps, but once more he's been pinged.
Gee, that was a tackle, wasn't it?
And Tony Liberatore, leading tackler in the competition, kicks the ball wide. Djakovic is his target. He's got it right on 50, does well. Screw the ball around the corner. And there's Jacko just pleading that maybe it was a push.
Yeah. Asking the question quite a few times.
There's Pickett on the boundary line, along with Neil, ready to come back into the action. So under 2 minutes left in this opening term. Hargraves, just a short kick taken by Wakeland. Now this will favour Footscray because Darcy has got plenty of time to size things up, weighs up his options and goes short and finds Smith.
Not be too far out to score. He has got the breeze at his back. 1.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Well, he's going to take a longer run than Wes Hall. Finally gets to Winmar. That's not a bad sort of a kick either. It's going to be a close, real line ball decision, and off the hands of the pack for another rush behind to Footscray. It's a good effort by Smith. Just couldn't quite make the distance. Another metre. 1-4 to 2-5. The difference back to 7 points. And again, number 20 for the Saints, Matthew Young, is going to kick in inside the last minute of the opening term. The Saints dominating the first 10 minutes, really. Footscray coming back a little bit. Just the one goal to Djakovic. Smith. Harvey. Now Jack Daniels at right half back. Daniels goes for the centering kick. Wind is there. Runs into Brown. Still he goes. Aussie Jones gets pushed over. Darcy. A little flip. Down towards centre wing. Oh, gee, some pretty heavy stuff dished out there. On the end of it, Paul Dimatina. And he's okay.
Sirikowski, the player coming in, did very well to make up ground and get to the area and spoil.
So boundary throw in front of our commentary position. Harvey from Vidovic. Liberatore, quick kick, gains some 35 metres for his side. Taken over by Matthew Young. And it's going to be another throw in. Great tackle before by Libber, the leading tackler, as Kev said, in the competition, yet again. Never stops trying. Brownlow medalist, 2 Gardeners as well, and a Morrish. Vidovic, Liberatore, and it's all tied up. So just about out of time for the first quarter. And dare I say it, the sun trying to come through. But I don't think we need our factor 15. Ellis jumps high and early, beaten by Vidovic, back to Burke. Burke's kick up towards right half forward for the Saints, almost a mark taken by Beveridge, got one hand to it. Cleaned up well for the Doggies by Kolonyuk. Kolonyuk's kick up towards midfield. Sirikowski stands his ground, takes the mark in front of Dimatina, and that's it for the end of the first quarter. Footscray certainly coming back well to score 1-4, but they trailed by 7 points. The Saints 2-5-17 at the first change.
Friday on Sports AFL. 12 o'clock, it's the 93 Round 13 Classic Clash between Norths and Hawthorn. At 2:15, it's fun and games with those Blue Boys, bringing you all the Carlton Club news. At 3:45, it's a replay of last week's Hawthorn-Sydney game. Then at 6, join Cobra Barassi and guests on Footy Focus. And at 8, it's the best from the West with last week's match of the round from the WAFL. All on Sports AFL.
10:30 Sunday nights, your Hollywood entertainment specials capture the great movie legends. Marilyn Monroe.
Quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Some men are following me.
Really?
Anthony Quinn.
Tony could play heroes, could play villains. He could play anything.
Pack up the kids, we're moving.
I said I want to go to school and learn to act.
Robert Mitchum.
And he was just a natural, an absolute natural.
He makes acting seem... it's absolutely real.
Michael Caine.
He's got poetry dripping out of his soul.
We all come from nothing and nobody, and we're all impressed.
I'm proud of you, Rita.
I'm proud of both of us.
And Clint Eastwood.
Dirty Harry changed everything, and he went from stardom to superstardom.
He loves this business, otherwise he wouldn't be in it.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Your Hollywood entertainment specials, 10:30 Sunday nights, only on the Disney Channel.
Just when you thought the Optus Cup couldn't get any better, along comes another blockbusting weekend of rugby league on Channel 12, which kicks off on Saturday at midday with a critical encounter between the Raiders and Warriors. Round 21 continues when the Western Reds trek to Newcastle, and then Parramatta tackles those tenacious Tigers. Sunday Night League goes into overdrive when Manly and Wests headline 5 hours of exclusive entertainment with the Broncos and Chargers in support. Finals fever is looming on Sports Australia Channel 12.
Second quarter from Optus Oval, the Saints leading by 7 points. Alan Jakovic has one for Footscray, Tony Brown and Peter Everett, the goal kickers for the Saints. This is Zilla, kicks across his body towards half forward. Wallace does the tidying up work to Liberatore. Gives it back to Koganyuk. Measures the kick but didn't measure it too well. Grant ducks one tackle. Gave away a free kick in the first quarter that cost a goal. Smith missed it. Harvey doesn't. Darcy long towards half forward. Hargraves underneath it, lost sight of the footy. Daniels, a little give to Peckett. And the Saints back pocket player up towards midfield. Young. Young to half forward. Everett, great grab. I suppose any overhead mark under the conditions today is a good one.
Well, hopefully, Pete, that sun will stay out for a while and just dry things out a little bit.
Don't think it's going to warm us up much, though, do you? So Everett, with the breeze at his back, basically. West to southwester. Awkward kicking style. Looks pretty good. Stewie Lowe likes it in the goal square. It's there for his second. So the Saints get the start that they wanted in the second term. Everett kicks number 2, and it's 3-5 to 1-4.
Yeah, good support work by the St Kilda players across half-back. Here, Peckett, the player, delivering that ball down the outer side. And then Matthew Young, a terrific searching kick looking for Everett, who had the sit over the top of Wine. Got it on the second grab. That's the way to go. Direct footy.
2 goals to Peter Everett. Nathan Burke, 11 possessions in the first quarter, well backed up by Aussie Jones, who had 9. Here's Burke trying to crash his way through Dimatina. Keeps his body over the top of the ball. Smith with pace. Gets it back to West. So Footscray into attack. Jakovic is 2 to beat. Sandwiched. Wins it at ground level. Does well with strength. Jacko, snap kick. Can it bounce through? Wrong side. But exciting stuff from Alan Jakovic.
Yeah, it's well played. Just used his body strength, Kev, didn't he? Just kept his footing and eye on the ball and broke away from a couple of St Kilda players there.
He's got good speed over the first 10 metres.
Yes.
Cowboy Neil once told me he was the fastest player in league football over 10 metres, but unfortunately he can only do 1 10-metre dash per game. Pickett, designated kicker today, gets it out towards Wakeland. Nearly lost control of it. Kicks back where Vidovic, too tall that time for Alice. He's a handy player, Lazar Vidovic, full of heart, gives a bit of strength. Noble's low, and also Everett to play up forward. Joel Smith, centre wing. He's looking for Everett. He's trying to get him in his sights, changes direction. So the target's Peter Everett. He's got it, I would say. He's got it. And you could see that a long way out, that they were trying to set that up.
Yeah, so it was in front of us, Kev. We had the advantage of seeing how they're trying to project that. And Smith, as you said, Kev, went to the right, then came back again where Everett was leading to his left boot into space. And almost 3-on-1 there. Did it well.
It's right on 50. He's on a fairly acute angle. He centres the ball low. The big fist is from Scotty Wine. So just a minor score for the Saints.
And the rush behind. Tony Campbell to kick it again. 1-5, pardon me, to 3-6 So 13 points the difference. Campbell needed to be pinpoint. Cretiuk, runner up in best and fairest a couple of seasons back, goes to the outer side. Oh, right underneath it is Stewie Lowe.
Well, he had a couple of short options, Pete, and he elected not to take them. And of course, in that long kick, found the second tallest bloke on the ground.
And had to outmark Libber. Grant saw it dropping short, read it better than Everett. West gets away from Burke, kicks towards centre wing. Peckett came at it pretty solidly, back to West, tries to paddle it to a teammate, and he succeeds in getting the boundary line, probably the second best option, and it's out of bounds close to centre wing. So bright sunshine, certainly not warm. Melbourne Weather Bureau today forecasting everything except tornadoes and earthquakes, and we've had just about everything except those two. So boundary throw in, again won by Vidovic over Ellis. Libber working hard, but that goes without saying. Now a chance for St Kilda as Joel Smith bombs it long. Everett and Wine, they've had a great battle so far. Everett's taken the honours, I suppose, on the scoreboard with 2 goals won, but Scotty Wine doing some useful work down there as well. And those two are going to contest this boundary throw in. Everett looking at his opponent. Now the footy. Campbell. Off a step. Back it comes towards midfield. Burke takes the hand pass. The Saints should be able to, or the Footscray side, run it away. Grant. On to Smith. Smith inside 50 and closing. He's quick, needs to be accurate, runs and kicks beautifully. That's a goal. So Footscray bringing it the length of the ground, getting the result that they wanted. Great work by Grant, and capping it off down there was Rowan Smith.
Yes, as Kilda fans looking for running too far to be judged against Smith here, but as you said, Pete, good carrying of the footy, good running by Grant. Just got the ball off in time. And Smith with his pace just got away, took quite a few paces.
22.
Just got his kicking time. Well done.
Got a lot of promise, Rowan Smith. Got size, got pace, good kick. Taken away by Harvey. Kicks the ball back towards the half-forward line. Collingwood showed courage. Aussie Jones, front of the pack. Been snaffled by Everett. Rockets the ball back here to Jones. It's been an outstanding player, lows the target, got his hands on the ball, couldn't hang on to the Sharon. Liberatore cleans up. So West, just playing his second game of AFL football, kicks the space, looking for Jason Watts. Luke Beveridge has just gone off for Footscray. So Jason Watts is Footscray's leading goal scorer this year. He's kicked 39 goals. He's playing his 50th game. Cameron's just come back on, Kev. Craig Ellis, the player to go off. So St Kilda 3-6, 24, Footscray 2-5, 17. Smith been taken away by Harvey to Zilla, to Everett. He'll pass it off to Harvey inside the centre square to Joel Smith. Danger here for Footscray. Stuart Lowe is marked, hasn't been paid, crashed into the point post. So Grant takes it away and finds Johnson half-back flank. Footscray players trying to run to space. Dimatina in front of Peckett. Yeah, Stuart Lowe would have held on to that, Kev, if he hadn't backed into the point post, because he wasn't to know that was there. Bit disappointing he didn't snap it. Good spoil by the post. Ron Barassi would have bought it. He's got the one that Lee Matthews broke out at Essendon. Collingwood at ground level, looking very lively. Pumps the ball back. Front edge of the centre square. Big punch back from Watts at ground level. Picked up by Callett. Footscray all of a sudden have gone up a cog wide to Smith. Kicks to Jakovic. Shanahan's got a chance to punch. Great mark, Alan Jakovic. And all of a sudden, Footscray seemed to have a bit of momentum. Yes, and so important too, they have a target like Jakovic at that end of the ground. Obviously, St Kilda have Everett and Lowe at the other end. That's a good grab of pressure from Shanahan coming from behind. Campbell's off and Ellis on for Footscray. So Alan Jakovic had a very disappointing season. Just playing his 5th game. He's kicked 4 goals in 1996, one of them today. Can he make it his second? Big bomb by Djakovic. He's drilled it. He's pumped up again.
Was a great kick though, Kev, wasn't it?
Well, it's great to see him back. He's a very exciting player, spasmodic but exciting.
Yeah, he's getting him in that sort of form where he's hot, takes a good grab. And again, Kellett handballing off to Libba, who finds the running Rowan Smith, as Kev said before, such an important player for them. Gives it that leg speed through the middle. That's a terrific mark.
Great mark, wasn't it?
And an equally good kick too to push it through from there.
So Djakovic gets his second goal, and Footscray within a point, 23-24. Darcy had it, lost it. Libba went down with a push. Cameron back onto the ground. Djakovic again. Shanahan over the top of him. Sirakoski a chance. All tied up there at half-back. Elliott couldn't control it. West, Liberatore, Burke. The umpire will ball it up. So Footscray fans finding a little bit of voice in the transferred game. The Scraggers only trailed by a point, 3-6 to 3-5. Footscray bench, Campbell joining them there. Quick kick, sends it up towards the forward pocket. Shanahan, desperate in defence, into space. Bounce is going to be a factor here. Smith fires it into the forward pocket, and the mark is there to Dimatina. Difficult angle.
Smith's been the creative player, Pete. He's been the one that's carried it through the middle and set up again then.
8 possessions or 8 kicks so far. 8 and 2 to Rowan Smith. But with Paul Dimatina, not much daylight between the posts. Needs to be a good kick across the front. And the mark is taken down there on the last line by Vidovic. Shanahan makes a lead. He's going to go further than that, though. Footscray with the numbers. Ramiro. Burke late on the scene. And Darcy has the mark, loses a little bit of ground, gets it back to West. And we can see why, or Cameron, Proppy, cramp, or
again.
hammy.
It's the quad he's had problems with, Pete, and I just wonder if he's just given it a bit of a nudge again.
Well, Kev, you said he was injury prone. I think that's the understatement, isn't it?
Well, just this year, it's been most disappointing for him because last year, as we said, he won the Age Footballer of the Year. He had a sensational year for Footscray. He's a wonderful player, but
no doubt about that.
He's just been so injured this year that he hasn't been able to show his best at all.
No, only his 8th game.
Well, a vital kick here. Be interesting to see if he stays on, whether he's just got a bit of cramp. Let's hope that's all it is. 45 out, directly in front. Footscray in front. He's kicked the goal.
And I think we should say he has got wonderful skills on his left side because he's naturally a right foot kick.
Correct, yes, and it's that perhaps preserving that right leg, which he seems to be proppy on. Yes, there it is, there just stretching. So he elects to kick with the left, as Kev said, and beautifully balanced player. Whilst they seem to lose ground in setting it up, they did the right thing by doing that. Good kick by West coming in.
Well, Footscray have done a terrific job to hit the front. They lead 4-5-29 to 3-6-24. St Kilda absolutely dominated the first 10-15 minutes of this game. They were 2-5-17 before they actually got a score on the board. Footscray took them about 20 minutes to even get it inside 50.
But once they settled, Kev, they were much better, weren't they? They basically won the second half of that first quarter.
So Footscray, maybe they might spoil the party for St Kilda, who have to win today to keep alive their hopes of playing in the finals this year.
Well, Hawthorn and Richmond supporters would be hoping for that result, wouldn't they?
Most certainly. So this is a big game for St Kilda. Vidovic gets the ball down, then does his own crumbing to Nicky Winmar. Over the top to Ozzie Jones. Taken away by Ellis. Back to Ramiro. Rockets the ball off to Johnson. It's a hurried kick inside 50. Watts playing in front of Elliott. Daniels taking the ground. Dimatina forces the ball along. Gets support from Cameron. Screws the ball back. Shanahan, he needs a kind bounce. Kept the ball in front. It was good defensive play. Daniels weaves his way out. Shanahan continued on. Good backing up. Kicks the ball long. Ellis swoops on it. Footscray trying some rebound out of defence. Smith He's been the catalyst. Long raking handball to West. Runs to 50. Good chasing by Zilla. High flyer is Watts. He's got it. So all of a sudden, a big change has come over this game.
Yeah, terrific play by Shanahan to back himself and chase that ball down, as Kev said, and pushed it forward. But then the rebound by Footscray half back. Terrific. And Smith again featuring. And good mark there too by Jason Watts from behind over Elliott.
Playing his 50th game today. He's kicked 39 goals for the season, and he pops it through. So Footscray 5-5-35. They've opened up 11-point break. The Saints 3-6-24.
Yes, it's a 16-point turnaround from quarter time in the basically the half of this quarter. They've done it very well. And then Kev said Smith's been the catalyst.
What about West, Roscoe?
Yeah, West has given them a bit of life. That was a good kick too, just looking for goal. And West, as I say, just Watts just using his height. Take that grab.
So back to the centre, big turnaround, 35-24 now in favour of Footscray, hitting the front for the first time in this quarter. Liberatore, hand pass a little bit too severe. Burke taken down in the tackle. And it's going to be another ball up. Libba will finally give it up to Rowan Saws. Winmar again sitting the bench.
He's just the one kick for Nicky Winmar.
Vidovic wins it to Bardsley, who started on the bench. It's Kretiuk. Dimatina and Peckett. Dimatina turns on a thrupney bit, keeps the ball in play, needs a kind bounce, gets it, still he goes. Dimatina with the left, centres it for Kellett. Not a great kick. Elliott out of defence. Gets it back towards the centre square. Wirra long towards full forward. See another goal here to Footscray, really make it interesting. Elliott out of bounds. Footscray fans saying deliberate. Boundary umpire will throw it in. Another shower on the way to it would appear. Looking out towards the west and southwest. Over the top, Darcy. Kever to snap. No one there. Marking contest. Oh, it might be a free kick. Peckett. And the Saints back pocket player gets it back to Sierakowski. Sierakowski with a paddock to move it and half back. Goes for distance with the kick. And a good mark has been taken by Kretiuk.
Two players, Footscray players, picked collided in that goal square. One of them's Rowan Smith. He's still down. The trainers are around him. No, it's not. It's Johnson.
Johnson. Oh, gee, that would be terrible luck. Darcy. Now Jakovic. Screws it back into the goal square. The mark is there.
Dimatina. This is a very important kick, Peter, for Footscray, and a big one for Dimatina, who's never kicked a goal in league footy.
Well, Johnson is almost certain to come off, and that would be terrible luck for Footscray. I don't know whether it's a knee, an ankle or whatever, but he's in a lot of pain. There's no doubt about that.
It's a heavy collision, Pete.
Dimatina just runs around a little bit to improve the angle, and Footscray go further ahead. So Dimatina kicks the goal. That's the good news. The bad news is that number 6, Brad Johnson, is coming off. Let's see if we have it on replay. I think we do.
He came charging into this. No, he's back.
There. Oh, gee, that might be a knee. Oh, no, he grabbed his upper thigh. So maybe it's a hamstring, and a torn hamstring, you'd suggested that.
So Footscray 6-5-41. St Kilda 3-6-24. So 17-point lead to the Bulldogs. Chance now for St Kilda. Inside 50. Kicked off the ground by Kretiuk. Ellis just tries to rip the ball out of the pack. They're going in now hard. Collingwood on hands and knees. Bardsley tries to back out of the pack. Libber's got him.
Libber from the front and Collingwood from behind.
Well, and really, good height battle there, because they could look each other in the eye.
It is definitely that thigh that he's got a problem with, and maybe got a bad corking from behind. It's a bit hard to tell from that.
It is.
So a ball up inside 50 for St Kilda.
Well, they've got to stand up and be counted here, Ross, don't they? Because their season's virtually on the line.
Exactly right, Pete.
Footscray have kicked 5 goals to 1 this term. Still got just over 6 minutes of action left. Liberatore kicked off the ground by Nathan Burke. He's forced it through for 1 point. In fact, Burke had a dominating first term with 11 possessions. just the 13 possessions, so 2 possessions this quarter. I think it's showing up the way St Kilda's playing.
Their ball carries in Burke and Harvey have been restricted again by Liberatore and Ramiro.
West, well, he's been more than useful. This way, that way. Now goes for distance, but look who's underneath it. Everett gets the better of Wind again. A couple of goals for the Saints. No mark taken there. Liberatore will mop up. Oh, he's caught some of his own medicine from Stewie Lowe. But Footscray through. Ellis now get clear. Ellis's kick up towards half forward. Shanahan and Jakovic. Shanahan wins this one. Neal, good kick. Grant, strong hand. Stewie Lowe hits the deck. Grant gets on his bike.
Good kick.
With the left, up towards Ramiro. Back it comes to Quill. Jakovic in the middle. Punch down. Watts in front. Shanahan in pursuit. Still in play. Now it's out of bounds. And Jamie Shanahan making sure that it stays there. So 5 minutes remaining in the quarter.
So, but Chris Grant's been a terrific player. 7 kicks, 1 handball, 6 marks on Stewie Lowe, who's just had the 1 kick.
Well, we thought it was going to be a day for full forwards yesterday with Lockett and Dunstall. Didn't turn out that way. Cameron, now he was limping earlier. He seems to be okay, so maybe it was just cramp. That's a bad kick. Joel Smith intercepts it well. A real steal. Smith kicks to half forward. Footscray with the numbers. Wallace tries to get it back to Colin-Yook. Colin-Yook across his body. Low might have given away a free kick. And has done.
Yep.
So Chris Grant. Big black cloud is more over the MCG than here. It may miss us. Liberatore in front. Burke from behind. Vidovic tries to paddle it out wide. Succeeds in getting it to Burke. Burke on the run. Wakeland. Ball punched away there by Kretiuk. It's out of bounds. Boundary umpire will throw it in. Right next to the behind post. And Stan Elves making a change. It looks as though Peckett's going to come off. And coming back on is Nicky Winmar. Everett and Wind. Wind defensively. Ramiro will more than be content to see it over the line again. And it will be another throw-in.
St Kilda 3-7-25 trails. Footscray 6-5-41. St Kilda led by 7 points at quarter time. 5 goals won this quarter by Footscray. Can they cause an upset? Jones. It's going to bounce through. It's a miracle goal. But he's that sort of player.
Maybe the lift they need too, Kev. That sort of a spark. I'll say there is better players in that first quarter been restricted very much so in this second term. Brown pushing the ball through. Winmar to Burke. Burke's quick kick, and then the control here by Jones. Just terrific. Great goal.
So the Saints back to within 10 points. Dark clouds coming over Optus Oval. We've had 4 seasons in one day so far.
No, we haven't had the summer.
Well, we had a little bit of, we had a ray of sunshine there for about 10 minutes. Ozzie Jones on screen. Fine young player. He's kicked 23 goals for the season. Wine versus Vidovic. Wins the tap to West. Here come Footscray. Inside 50. Shanahan playing in front. Picked up by Watts. Back to Dimatina. He's got a chance to feed it off. Great vision to Quill. Needs a good bounce. Can't trap it. Now he does. Bundled over the line by Elliott. Make that Young. Kicks the ball back. In front was Kretiuk. Punches the ball to the front of the pack. Burke showed a ton of courage. He got kneed in the head. And it's coming back.
To Ziller, I think, Kev, for a high tackle.
And Ziller will take the free kick.
Ziller with the free. 3 minutes remaining in the half. Daniels at left half back. Daniels goes in short. Kickers to centre wing. Opportunity for Brown. Back to Daniels. Daniels short of centre wing. Oh, got poleaxed by Dimatina behind the play. And he's down Temper's becoming frayed there.
It's the second time he's copped a bad hook like that. A couple of weeks ago at Waverley, he copped a very bad one from Alex McDonald at Collingwood.
Zirakoski to Joel Smith. He's getting up. Darcy missed it. Grant didn't. Quickly to Kellett. Dimatina with Wakeland. Wakeland wins this duel. Probably like to see the boundary line. No one there to give a hand pass to. Certainly on his Pat Malone. Now finally to Jones. Back to Young, who fumbles. Cameron's got him. Back to Jones again. Oh, gee, they're messing around with this. Young. Cameron, great tackle. That's holding the footy. He wrests it off him. Away he goes. Dimatina. Kicks into goal. Bardsley. Oh, out in the full. Right off the side of the boot. So a free kick will be taken on the acutest of angles by Quill. Daniels is back up. He's going to stand the mark. He's okay. And that's going to be taken by West. West goes short. He's found Wallace, the veteran and former captain. His namesake coaching. And when they played, they had plenty of duels on each other. Kicked it like the plough too, I think. But the mark is there. Ramiro.
Yep.
He'll put it down as a pass in the locker room at half-time, but I don't know that it was intended for him.
Yes, he got rid of Robert Harvey just with good use of the body. Shorter opponent is Ramiro to Harvey. He did it very well.
So Ramiro, distance shouldn't be a problem. 1 minute remaining in the half. A goal here would certainly lift Footscray's spirits. 30 metres out, directly in front. He kicks, and he goals. A very handy one for the Scraggers. Jose Ramiro puts it through. So it's not no way Jose, it's all the way Jose. 7-5 to 4-7. The difference back to 16 points.
Terrific quarter by Footscray, 6 goals to 2. Sharing the ball around, not relying on the one player to kick those goals.
Stanells, they'd be a little bit concerned in the St Kilda coaching box. Gary Colling also looks on. Russell Green. So St Kilda fighting for 1996, a place in the 8. Footscray, they've had a shocking year. Second bottom. Darcy gets a push from Wakeland. We've got a ball up inside the centre square.
Oh, there's a bit going on in there.
It's a bit. It's like World Championship Wrestling.
Burke's lost his headgear.
So just under 30 seconds of action left. Liberatore and Nathan Burke on screen. Vidovic wins the tap, taken by Callett. This is a big play for Footscray. Inside 50, bounce. Daniels, bowled over once more by West. Kicks it off the ground. Cameron gets support from West. Great pickup. Just seconds in the quarter to go. He's kicked it out on the full. Instead of maybe a nice chip to the front of the goal square, Jagovic is there. But under pressure, Cameron made the error.
Yeah, come on, Kev, you would have had a shot too.
Absolutely. So Christian Bardsley. Should save St Kilda from any further score against them this quarter with that long kick out of defence. So as the siren sounds, a terrific second quarter by Footscray. They've booted 6 goals to 2, and still something's happening off the ball, Roscoe.
Yes, just a bit of niggle there. Nothing gained out of this. Just get to the change rooms, fellas.
Rowan Saws is gesticulating a lot, and Dimatina might be the man that they're perhaps trying to square up with. He was involved in that clash with Jack Daniels, and Daniels and Dimatina there in the thick of it again, and umpire Rowan Saws, he's like a traffic cop.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job, isn't he?
That's what you got to tell the players, to get out of this, get off the ground. Now it's untidy.
Well, I tell you what, not Rowan Smith, Rowan Saws was just fantastic. Then he's the most experienced umpire in the game. He could sense this was happening, Roscoe.
Yeah, just get the players out off the ground.
And he was pointing and pushing and shoving and prodding. And whilst there's still a bit of a skirmish here, I think the actions of Rowan Saws has probably stopped what could have been a very, very nasty incident.
Yes, no Windy Hill, but it could have been a lot worse. So players finally find the respective gates to the dressing rooms. Maybe some Melrose should be handed out. And at half-time, Footscray goes in with a handy lead. Not a match-winning one. The Doggies leading 7-5-47. St Kilda 4-7-31. An eventful end to the first half at Optus Oval.
Hello again, I'm Frances Murphy and this is Footscray's Club News. If there's one person who just keeps on going at Footscray, it's Steve Super McPherson. Join Super for the selectors table every Thursday night. Dinner starts at 6 p.m. at the Social Club. It costs just $15 for adults and $8 for children. Bookings are essential, so call Claire to book a table. The Bulldog annual ball is fast approaching and it's set to be a great night. Kevin Hillier is the host with music entertainment from Tony and the Moonlighters. And of course, there's a fantastic 3-course meal and drinks. Tickets are $100 a head, but for every group booking of 10, 1 ticket will be free. It's on Saturday the 24th of August at Melbourne Park, and bookings are essential. The Bulldogs Grand Final preview luncheon is on Friday the 27th of September at Hilton on the Park. There'll be entertainment and no doubt plenty of grand final tips. Tickets are limited at $125 each and bookings are essential. The grand final celebrations don't stop there. On the day, the Bulldogs will host a brunch at Dallas Brooks Hall starting at 9 a.m. Entertainment includes Mike Brady and Peter Kay. Tickets are $125, which includes breakfast and refreshments. And again, bookings are essential. The next day, get along to the Footscray Family Day at Whitten Oval from 10:30 a.m. till 4 p.m. Have a kick with the players and enjoy the food and refreshments. Speaking of the Family Day, that's where the Bulldogs Bonanza raffle will be drawn. There's still plenty of time to get hold of a ticket, and with the major prize worth more than $47,000, it's worth being in the draw. That's a package including a Penfold Mazda B2 600 4-wheel drive, a Marine Power International boat, motor and trailer, and a mobile petrol voucher. And if you miss out on that, the second prize is a family trip to Fiji, valued at $4,100. You can buy a ticket from the club for just $5. If you're planning a wedding, a conference, or throwing a birthday or Christmas party, why not consider the Whitten Oval leisure facility? It would have to be the best kept secret in town. A classy venue at a good price. Phone the club for more details. And with Olympic fever in the air, why not have a meal with family or friends at the Whitten Oval Olympic Restaurant? It's open for lunch on weekdays from midday till 2:30 p.m. and for dinner on Tuesday to Saturday from 6 till 8:30 p.m. For more information and to make bookings, here's the club phone number 9689 3100. Well, that wraps up Club News. And don't forget, you can get all of your Footscray supporter gear from the Bulldog Footy Shop in Nicholson Street, Footscray, and at merchandise outlets at the Whitten Oval or the MCG. I'm Frances Murphy, and keep watching Sports AFL for the latest news on every club.
Saturday on Sports AFL. 11:45 sees a replay of Friday night's North-Geelong encounter. At 2, relive the 86 elimination final between Fitzroy and Essendon. At 5:15, get a taste of the South with the SANFL match of the day. Then at 7:30, Carlton must down Footscray for the chance of a top four finish. And at 9:45, the Dons play the top of the table Swans. You won't miss a match with Sports AFL.
G'day, mate.
For Harry and Lloyd, every day is a no-brainer.
You are one pathetic loser. I'm gonna kill you.
A real dynamic duo.
Oh, God, that's funny. Oh, that's good stuff.
In a crazy film that adds depth to the shallow-minded.
That's a special feeling, Lloyd.
Starring picket fences Lauren Holly.
The most beautiful woman alive.
Jim Carrey and Speed's Jeff Daniels.
I like it a lot.
Dumb and Dumber. Coming soon to the Movie Network. Where else?
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Sky News Australia. You won't miss a thing.
I guess my motto would be I kind of let my racket do the talking. When you have two contrasting styles of play, I think that results in some really good tennis. I'm not one that's going to start throwing my racket or yelling at umpires. That's not really what I'm about. You know, I like to think I don't have any weaknesses. I'm sure I do have some, but, you know, I think I like where I am right now.
Start of the third quarter at Optus Oval at 16 points in Footscray's favour. A dramatic end to the second quarter when there was a lot of pushing and shoving in front of the race. Kevitt couldn't get clear. Good tackle by Romero and Harvey as the rain starts to come down again. Rowan Smith has certainly set Footscray alight in the second quarter. Watts nearly can go off the ground and kicks a goal. Just what Footscray would have ordered, and that's just what they've got, a quick goal to start the third term. And the Doggies looking more than threatening as they go out to a lead of 22 points.
Yeah, terrific pressure in the centre bounce there too, and handball there by Mark West, great. Again, that man Smith charging forward. Whether he's having a shot for goal or not, we don't know, but it doesn't matter. Watts finished off very well.
Well, it's a big turnaround for Footscray against Fitzroy. They were very ordinary. They won that game by 15 points, but we know Fitzroy hasn't been competitive this year against Hawthorn. They were very poor when Jason Dunstall booted 14. They started this game also poorly. First 10 minutes, St Kilda dominated, but now they've come back with that great 6-goal second term, the first goal of this opening third term. And the ball is forced over the line.
That's a free kick coming back to St Kilda, Kev. Going to Jason Daniels. Yes, it is.
Took a heavy knock in the second quarter. Finds Nicky Winmar, who's been on and off the bench. Started on the bench. So a big lift is needed from Nicky. St Kilda's season probably resting on this game. Came in hot favourites.
This quarter particularly, Kev. They can't get themselves back into it.
So Neal kicks the ball back towards the half forward flank between centre wing. Burke was great in the first term along with this guy, Ozzie Jones. Kicks back to 50. Grant, who's been a star for Footscray. Ellis has been handy. Kicks into the man. Wirra takes the ball over the line. 8-5-53 Footscray. St Kilda 4-7-31.
Well, it's a useful lead under these conditions. If we get some more rain, it's going to look even bigger. So Darcy sets himself with Vidovic. Darcy in front, goes for the boundary line, and/or Grant. Not quite there. Quick kick by Burke. Daniels, a little give. Harvey. Young, oh yes, read it well. It dropped short. Young was there for it when it did. And so he should be able to get the reply that St Kilda so desperately needs. He's about 30 metres out directly in front. Kicked a goal last week, despite the fact that he played in defence. Was one of their better players against Fitzroy.
Controlled this pretty well, Kev, sliding. Just kept his balance sufficiently enough to eye on the footy. Well done.
Matthew Young, a vital kick for St Kilda and the Saints' finals prospects. A must-win game for them. They trail by 22 points. This will make it 16 if he's accurate. Should get it from there. Goal umpire doesn't move. It's a goal. So 16 points the difference.
Yeah, so this is his 17th game for the season, Matthew Young, and he's averaging just over 20 possessions, so I think he's been a very good player for St Kilda this year. And the kick coming through from Robert Harvey. Ball kept in play by Stewie Lowe. And Harvey gets his kick forward, then Matthew Young, as we said before, controlled this well. Only player really going for the footy.
Vidovic versus Wind, taken away by Lazar. Quick kick by Liberatore, back towards the edge of the centre square. Smith, it's been a star, in front of Jakovic, gets shoved out of the way by Shanahan. Great interception by Quill, played for the free kick. Shanahan dispossessed by Darcy. And a boundary throw in. Jamie Shanahan originally started with Fitzroy, played reserves footy, came across from Tasmania as a full forward. He's now played 98 games of league football and has never kicked a goal. Burke with strength. Wobbles the kick off the boot, out of bounds on the full. 5-7-37 St Kilda, 8-5-53 Footscray. So a 16-point lead. Smith kicks into the man, Brown, then drives him into the ground. Still on the half-forward flank. Smith, fresh air shot, taken by Brown. Good support from Burke. Hurried kick back in front. That'll be a free kick to Wakeland. Got a loose player in Daniels. Can feed it off to Bardsley. So some rebound football by St Kilda. Vidovic's the target. He's got it. Stewie Lowe screaming for the ball. Now on a lead. Lowe versus Grant. Grant's won all day and he's done it again.
Great mark.
Been best on the ground, Chris Grant. Just been an outstanding player. Just wobbles the ball out towards Smith. He's got Winmar to beat. He's got pace. Ball beats him over the line.
Throw it on centre wing. 16.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 53-37 in favour of Footscray. The match transferred from the Whitten Oval yesterday.
That was a good decision, Pete. I saw it on Channel 7 News and it was just a quagmire out at Footscray.
Absolute shock of the ground. And of course, they haven't done much work on it for a long time. Libber's kick to half forward. Bounce a factor. Jakovic taken out of the contest by Young, who's been very busy again, covering a lot of ground. Jakovic started well. Kicked Footscray's first goal. He's certainly given them something up there. 50 metres out from their goal. Went past Cameron. Watts, not Watts, it's Quill who takes it over the line. He started on the bench today. Hasn't really been able to get into the play. The Saints bench. Keep warm is the order of the day. Dimatina. Couldn't do much with it. Good tackle by Smith. Ball driven up by Wakeland. It's out of bounds. In front of Ramiro and Harvey on the centre wing position. So another throw in. Sunshine for the moment, but more dark clouds on the horizon. Winmar went for it, had it knocked away from him. Burke likewise, good tackle by West. Again out of bounds. So not much happening at the moment for St Kilda. Excellent second quarter by Footscray. And they kicked 6 goals, 5 of them coming in around about 11 minutes, I think it was. Darcy in front of Wakeland. West. Saints with the numbers. Quill gets there first but takes it over the line. So Footscray working it towards their goal, albeit very slowly. It's between wing and left half forward. Scragger's going towards the eastern end goal where the new stand is being constructed. Darcy, good ruck work, good tackle by Young. Ball jarred free in the tackle. Liberatore, no one to give it to. Opportunity for Cameron, applies a tackle on Daniels. Harvey off the ground, gets it back towards the centre wing position. Saints fans looking for a push in the back. Umpire says throw it in. That's Beveridge, and they look on interestedly. The throw in right in front of them. It's on centre wing.
See Jamie Elliott there along with Luke Beveridge. And also young Cripps on the interchange bench for St Kilda. West has been very good for Footscray. To Cameron, beaten this time by Young. Hands and knees, gets support. Bardsley tries to crash his way through court. Holding the ball, Jose.
Other than the first, say, 10 minutes or so, Kev Ramiro's done a pretty good job on Robert Harvey. Harvey 3 and 6.
I think that's a bit of a waste there, Rowan Smith. It's a great kick.
It was a great kick. It was actually a goal.
He doesn't realise that they've been bringing the ball back. Even Libber just looks at the umpire disbelievingly. Look at Rowan Smith. He was just sensational in that second term. He's had 14 possessions and 3 marks, Smith. Ramiro. Jakovic makes a lead. It's been ignored. Watts is his target. Shanahan punches the ball away at ground level. Footscray's got the numbers. Cameron kicked a great goal in that second term. Pushing and shoving. Winmar. The ball's just punched back over the line. Vicky Winmar gets a pat on the head there from Zilla. Vicky's really struggled to find any touch today. Just the 2 kicks, a couple of handballs. Darcy in front, from behind, Wakeland. Smith been taken by Quill. Burrowing in for the ball. There is Liberatore along there with Burke. Oh, great competitors, both of them. I think he just gives Libra a pat on the back. 18 possessions to Burke. Had an outstanding first term with 11 possessions. So Libba has done a pretty good job since that opening quarter. Smith pushed over, taken away by Daniels. Gives it to Smith, back to Winmar. St Kilda out of defence, finds Lazar Vidovic. He wants to draw an opponent. Now he kicks the ball back to 50. Sirakoski in front, pushing and shoving with Krediuk. He's got the speed at ground level. Tries to set it up to West. Clean bowled. Ramiro. He's been good. Just tumble punch the ball back to 50. Punched away by Cameron by Young. Zilla gets there first. Young trying to pounce on the ball into the back. It's a good decision by umpire Rowan Shores, and Young will take the free kick.
Matthew Young at right half back. Good vision. Sees Tony Brown at midfield. Brown kicks to half forward. Winmar there. Smith likewise. Winmar over the top. 3 grabs. Couldn't complete it. And the Footscray defenders descend upon it and him very quickly for a ball up. 13 minutes remaining in this quarter. 37 St Kilda, 53 Footscray. The Dogs making their break in the second quarter. Midway through it. Everett and Wind. Kick away by Smith. Clean bowls Wakeland. Young, Cameron. Now Bardsley gets around Hargraves. Still he goes. He'll kick towards right half forward. One-on-one duel there. Vidovic the target. Got a paw to it. Couldn't complete it. Krediuk looks for a free kick. There was none there. Wallace goes down. Slapped out by Smith. Krediuk to Kovanyuk. Looks for 50. Everett stands the mark. This has got to be pinpoint accuracy. Just as well for Footscray it was. Smith in front of Winmar. Footscray fans saying get it moving quickly, which he does. Down towards Hargraves. Hargraves, yes, second bite. Haven't seen much of him today. Has had a stint on the bench. Wallace, that was well done. Too far out to score. Looks for Jakovic in front. Shanahan. Cameron likes these, can kick that. It's the post. That would have been more than handy. So one behind, kick by Leon Cameron.
I think the option was the wrong one in the first place. It should have been to Cameron.
I think
instead of to Jakovic.
Yes, I agree. And then perhaps even Cameron could well have handballed then through to Jakovic, who's on the inside.
Brown for St Kilda. The Saints just starting to get the staggers. 5-7-37. Trail Footscray 8-6-54. This is a big game for St Kilda. They're looking at a spot in the top 8 if they can win today. Footscray have had a very disappointing year. Just in 15th spot. 4.5 wins for the season. Coach Alan Joyce gave it away during the season. Terry Wallace has taken over. He's won a couple of games against Fremantle and Fitzroy. This would be a big feather in his cap if he can bowl over St Kilda. Aussie Jones. Youngster with great talent, throws the ball out in front, but Collingwood takes it away. Footscray are ferocious to Rowan Smith. He's off. Loves to run with the ball. It's got pace. Barsley, great tackle. In front is Zilla. Pushing along there is Cameron. Needs backup. And we've got a ball up. Just 25 metres out. So Luke Beveridge on the ground. Coming off the ground, I should say. And coming on is Justin Peckett. Hargraves. Taken away by Cameron. Quick snap. That thigh looks all right. He's kicked it.
Great goal.
He's done the thigh.
Yeah.
He's been trying not to kick with that right foot, and when I saw him snap it, I thought it must be okay.
He was forced to do it, wasn't he, Kevin? It looks as if he has gone. He's actually, yeah, he's got to come off.
Well, he's been like that for about 2 quarters, hasn't he?
Yeah, had to go that way, the right foot. Terrific goal. But he's definitely coming off.
Well, their interchange bench is not looking too good because Johnson, he's very frustrated. Cameron
there too, Johnson.
60 to 37 is the score. Daniels out of the congestion for St Kilda, up to Peckett, as Kev said, just come back onto the ground. Quill should be able to mop this up, which he does. Grant, his game has been terrific. Grant towards left half forward. Look at that. He's got a panic to move in West. Keep going, son, the fans say. Onto his left, he's kicked it straight to Bardsley. Hit him right in the bread basket, and he comes away with it. Oh, that bounces out of bounds. Oh, comedy of errors there. Absolute comedy of errors. All square, one each.
That'll get a run on plays of the day.
Yeah, well, West was trying to hook it around the corner to Djakovic's lead to the top of the square. But, didn't come off.
So throw in, just outside 50. Footscray's left half forward flank. Hargraves does the ruck work. Liberatore, like a terrier. Out it comes to Young, who seems to get better with every game. Peckett a chance, takes the handball at right centre wing. Winmar kept out of the contest, and that's a mark. Is it Ellis down there?
Terrific mark to Ellis.
And he's hurt his knee. Well, he's clutching it in no uncertain terms, so this is disaster for Footscray. They will have no more fit players on their bench if he can't take his kick and has to go off injured, because Cameron's just gone off. Johnson is injured.
It's a great mark coming back.
Oh, just there, was really stretched. So Footscray through Kolonyuk. Out to Wallace. Wallace at right half back.
There's plenty of feeling in this game because obviously Footscray wanted to play the game at the Western Oval. St Kilda asked to get the game transferred. I think that was the right decision looking at this ground and the way both sides are playing, particularly Footscray, but there is feeling in this game.
Liberatore nearly runs out of room and out of bounds. Now they've got another chance through Quill. Djakovic on the chest. Hargraves calling for it, but that would have had to be pretty quick because he's covered. West makes a lead. Need to be a great kick from there. Gee, that's not a bad sort of a kick. One behind, I think. Yes, to Alan Djakovic. So another point to Footscray, kicked by number 13. 2 goals, 2 to Djakovic this afternoon. The difference out to 4 even goals. Kev?
Yes, and St Kilda staring at defeat unless they can actually improve their rate. At the moment, Footscray, the better side.
Free kick too high to Quill against Surakowski, the 2 former West Australians.
So the former East Fremantle player who started on the bench, Djakovic, pushes off Shanahan. It's been ignored. Just kicked the 4 goals for the year, Peter Quill. He's a long way out. He won't kick a goal. He's got to put in the danger zone. Punched away by Peckett. Neal couldn't trap it. Dimatina does. And we've got a ball up. So a big opportunity for Footscray. Dimatina had a terrific second term. He had 7 kicks and kicked a goal. He's first in league footy. And Quill just takes the ball over. So warming up there is Brad Johnson. You see that thigh there. Would you fancy his chances,
Oh, no,
Roscoe?
I saw him trying to run around the boundary line, Kev. I don't think he can come back on.
Last resort.
Looks like one of those mummies out of Egypt, doesn't he? They've just opened up the King Tut's tomb. West tries to centre the ball off the hands of Shanahan for a boundary throw-in.
Well, it was a better fist of centering than he did before when he kicked it straight to Bardsley.
Just his second game of league football today, and he's had a terrific game. 16 kicks, he's taken 5 marks, and he's had 1 handball. And Footscray lead by 4 goals.
Good lead under these conditions. Hargraves has given away the free kick. Sierakowski will take it. He gives away the hand pass. Aussie Jones gets on his bike, tries to bounce it. Don't know that that's good tactic here this afternoon. It's one of the heaviest parts of the ground there. Oh, he kicked it like a bag of wheat. West. Well, Ramiro it is with the kick. Liberatore tried to get it to Smith, comes back again. Still he goes, Libba. Intercepting is Peckett. Back to Burke. Burke to midfield. Winmar. A chance but overruns it. Kolonyuk. Kick us to half forward. Great accuracy. Smith thought about going, then decides to go back for his kick. And you may remember not long back when the umpire had blown time on, he raced away from a similar position and actually put it through for what would have been a goal. But play was stopped. So maybe he's learnt from that. Ready, set, go. Shanahan looks more ready than Jakovic, and away he goes. He'll do it again because Smith is about to kick. You'd reckon he's fairly confident the way he's holding this and going to come in and kick long, which he does. He's given it a decent old roost. Oh, look at that! What a kick! Fantastic goal. 2 goals to Rowan Smith, and Footscray 10-7, St Kilda 5-7. It's out to 30 points, the difference.
Yes, and the plaudits coming back to Steve Kolonyuk on the half-back line. And Liver just getting involved through the traffic there. Intercept by Peckett, but they couldn't do much with this. Winmar was in front, but the ball just carried through him. And then Kolonyuk just scooping up and finding Smith.
Smith and Chris Grant have been fine players for Footscray today. Wind. Thumps the ball forward. Daniels bowled over there by Liberatore. In goes West. Sierakowski throwing some weight around as well. The ball up inside the centre square.
Some of the work that Lib has done on the bottom of packs today, Kev, has been absolutely fantastic.
Well, he's had a big duel with Robert Harvey, with Nathan Burke. Harvey has been looked after. Kolonyuk running with the flight of the ball. Ramiro's done a good job on Harvey as well. Beveridge pumps the ball back, but Ellis takes it. He's got Callett wide. He's going to kick the ball long to Smith, who's just dominating this game now on Peckett. Feeds the ball off to Callett. So this is a big play by Footscray. Sierakowski has read it well. He's got Winmar loose on the wing. So some rebound football by St Kilda. Can they set it up? A casual bounce by Winmar. Kicks ball back towards the half-forward line, going to ground. Was Luke Beveridge, but no free kick.
And since that, about halfway through that first quarter, Kev, every time St Kilda go forward now, they've been forced wide. They can't go to direct because those players in the middle of the ground have been well held by Grant. And also Wine doing a good job on Everett.
Stewie Lowe taps down to Burke. It's a hurried kick. Inside 50, Everett. It's got Scotty Wine to beat. He can keep the ball in. Good play by the big guy. Gets the ball out here, running in, kicking the ball. Was that Jamie Elliott?
Yes.
He's kicked it. Point.
Yep.
So St Kilda can't buy a goal. So the former Richmond and Fitzroy player not able to finish it off. Krediuk. Last line of defence. Back to Kolonyuk. Back to Weira. Scrappy play by Footscray. To Wallace. The veteran. Kicks the ball back towards the wing, out in front. Dimatina gets pushed there by Aussie Jones, then he was held. No free kick. No free kick paid as the shake of the head from Dimatina.
And all of us collectively. So it's a throw in. Low. Comes in over the top of Ellis, who keeps going. Joel Smith's hand pass to Aussie Jones. Elliott this time. Tries for Lowe, finds him. Knocked away from him. Winmar. Harvey. Now a free kick. Somebody's taken that of the contest. The umpire calls advantage. Cripps goes at goal and has kicked it. We kicked one in the first quarter, Jason Cripps, that wasn't allowed. A little bit of controversy there because the umpire had called a free kick. He then paid advantage, and some of the Footscray players arguably asleep. Cripps wasn't, and kicks his first.
Yes, the free kick was here against on Winmar against Kolniak. That's why the player was then called on, and Cripps did the right thing, just continue to play, and finished off. Well, one of that, Pete, that gives them something to spark up.
First goal of the season to Jason Cripps. So St Kilda, can they answer the challenge? 6-8-44, they trail Footscray 10-7-67. Major goal kicker for the Saints has been Peter Everett with 2. And for Footscray, 3 players have kicked 2 goals apiece. Rowan Smith, Leon Cameron, who's off with a thigh injury, and Jason Watts. Being marked by Quill. Still inside the centre square. Loose player wide is Callett. Now he'll kick the ball to the half-forward line. Hargraves is his target. Too much carry. Been taken by Aussie Jones. It's had a big game. Kicks the ball wide. Looking for Stewie Lowe. Couldn't take it. He's had a bad day. Silly free kick. It's been a frustrating day for Stuart Lowe. So a chance now. Scotty Wind. Always loves the handball, averages 10 handballs a game. He's hoping for 50. And true to his average, he feeds the ball off to Collingwood, to Hargraves, and this time they find him. And he's a thumping kick, Hargraves.
Yes, you've got a chance to kick this because Smith kicked one just a bit further in before and cleared the post very easily.
Stuart Lowe, just 1 kick, 1 mark, 1 handball, 1 tackle. Not the best of days for Daniel Hargraves. But he has been a pretty good player this year. He's booted 31 goals. And he does kick the ball a long way.
He'll need to from there, won't he?
So he'll be kicking from 55 metres and kicks into the man on the mark. Winmar sharks it to Aussie Jones. To the running Peckett.
No one to kick to,
Got
Kev.
no one to kick it to, so he brings it back inboard to Neil. Winmar makes space, also Elliott. They can raffle it. Bingo, lucky number 28. Stuart Lowe this time's got the set. And the big man has got it.
Was their best setup for some time. I thought when we looked downfield that there was no one to kick short to. And then Lowe made good ground to get back there. Grant unable to keep up with him. Steve Wallace had to try and make the contest.
83 goals for the season.
And can you believe Johnson is about to come back on?
Yeah, I just looked down there before, Pete, and I'll be interested to see how he moves.
So Stuart Lowe pops it through. The Saints are still in this game.
Footscray, remember, led by 30 points earlier in the quarter. It's now back to 17.
Yes, one of the few occasions. Here we see this setup here. Robbie Neal just chipped it over short to Elliott. Then Elliott realising that Lowe was running back into that area there. Good shepherding too behind by Joel Smith. No question Grant's had the better of that duel between he and Lowe.
The Saints still in this contest. It's 67-50. In the latter stages of the third quarter, we've got a minute and a half to go approximately. Now, can they get another one? Watts kicks towards full forward. Jakovic and Peckett. Peckett will rush it through. So 3 goals, the difference now. Another rush behind to the Footscray side. Time on being played in the third quarter. Peckett to Zilla. Zilla quickly from the 50-metre line. Winmar starting to have a little bit of an influence on the game. Looks for 50. You've got to do better than that to get 50 these days. Looks for Daniels. Grant is there. He's got the height. He's got no one else to give him any assistance, though, Aussie Jones, so he has to chase after him and the footy. And Grant did well. That's out of bounds on the full. So persistence pays off, doesn't it?
And again, they've got caught going to the boundary, Pete.
Dimatina. 50 seconds left. So he's got to move it very quickly if they want to get a goal. Wind makes a lead. Umpire gives him a bit of a hurry up. Peckett, good punch. Clears the zone, clears Brad Johnson. Footscray's reserves being really extended.
You would think, though, that Hargraves is a lot fitter than Johnson on the forward line. And I'm not quite certain what the Footscray bench is doing with Johnson there, because it doesn't look like he'll have the capabilities really to...
have taken Hargraves off, Kev, for that kick into the man on the mark.
Yeah.
But you're right, to risk a player like Johnson coming back on doesn't seem particularly bright.
Of course, the problem for Hargraves was being 55 out. Often players run a little bit closer to the man on the mark, thinking they'll get that extra metre.
Distance, yep.
But I mean, obviously, from a fitness point of view, he may be of more advantage.
Well, as I said, he was coming into the game. Winmar just couldn't quite gather that in. And the Footscray defenders, led there by Ramiro, able to tie it up again. So the clock ticks down to three-quarter time, unless there's a free kick in the goal square for indiscriminate infringement. There won't be any more scoring, you would think. Ball up on 50. There's the siren. So we've got a ball game going into the final quarter. The Saints making a good comeback. They trailed at one stage during the quarter by 30 points. They've got it back to 3 even goals. Winmar and Wine just having a few words. Nothing like we had at the end of the second quarter. And at three-quarter time, it's 10-8, 68. Footscray leading St Kilda 7-8-50 at Optus Oval.
September is footy finals time, and everyone seems to be catching fire this September.
St Kilda's season on the line with 1 quarter remaining. The Saints trailing by 18 points. They trailed by 30 midway through the third quarter, but they came back well when Winmar started to get a few kicks. Could have been a free kick to the Scraggers there. The umpire lets it go. Liberatore down towards full forward. In the road is Robbie Neal. Neal gives away the hand pass. Wakeland short of half-back, chips it in short. In fact, it went a little bit too long for the teammate down there for whom it was intended. That was Sirakoski, and it beats him and Wind over the boundary line for a throw-in. 3 goals they trailed by. And Footscray came back well after a very slow start. Darcy off the ground. West, Harvey a chance. Dragged down. Burke had 10 kicks in the first quarter. He's now only got 18. I say only, but he's been relatively quiet in the last 2 turns. And it's all tied up again on centre wing. And of course, Chris Grant has done an excellent job on Stewie Lowe, who kicked just the 1 goal so far, and that was late in the third quarter. Darcy again in the ruck does well. Kellett applies pressure on Harvey. Past Ramiro, still he goes. Ozzie Jones has got him. Kellett off the ground, over the head of Matthew Young, down towards half forward. Opportunity for Neal. He's taken without the footy. The umpire says they'll throw it in, and that will happen in front of the Carlton Social Club stand, about 55 metres from goal.
Well, Neal on screen there. Stan Alves has made a few changes. Tony Brown and Christian Barsley, 2 small players, sitting on the interchange bench along with Lazar Vidovic. So Liberatore out of the pack, kicks deep into the goal square, trying to take his Jakovic. He snaps it.
We have a few technical problems with our mixer, but you saw that, and Jakovic has kicked his 3rd goal, and again Footscray getting a goal at the start of the quarter.
So Alan Jakovic, who's just playing his 4th game of the season, his 5th game I should say, he's just kicked only 3 goals coming into this game for the year. So 3 in this match has really started to set it up now for Footscray to cause a big ball over Roscoe.
Yes, I tell you what, it's a good effort, and they got the first goal of the third, now they got the first goal of this last quarter, and it's possibly broken the back of St Kilda. There's obviously heaps of time for St Kilda to come back, but they just haven't shown enough other than that first 10 minutes of the first quarter. It's all been Footscray.
Sirakoski has moved into the ruck at the start of this last quarter with Vidovic on the interchange bench.
So back to normal. I apologise for those technical problems. Burke, kick number 19, down towards Ellis it is. Gives away the hand pass. Crediuk. At the true centre half back position, up towards midfield, looking for West. under pressure. Out of bounds on the full, is it? Yes, it is. West appealing for the free kick. It came against Cripps. Wallace to take the free kick for Footscray, the former captain. And a real veteran in the side. Runner-up in the best and fairest way back in 1985. He was captain in 89. 259 games. Big pack of players. Quill. Jones missed it. Kellett didn't. Kellett's kick should be taken down there by Young. It is. He's got support from Winmar. Dimatina. That's out of bounds though, but there is a whistle. It's going to be a St Kilda free kick. Winmar across the half-back line for the Saints. Well measured kick-off, finds Burke. He doesn't often make a mistake like that on his own, and he really spent the money before he had it, and he is furious with himself.
Roscoe, St Kilda will have to get some drive midfield if they're going to win the game, get it down there. Do you think, even though Harvey's such a great player, that maybe put him down in a pocket so that you can get someone else on the ball who's not being tagged and just might be able to lift you in some shape or form?
Yep.
Dimatina taps the ball back. Quill will get there first. Kellett, underground hand pass, back to Quill. Liberatore, twisting and turning. Chip kick to Crediuk. Tap down to Darcy, feeds it off to Smith. Runs the 50. Was looking for Jakovic. Shanahan's happy to just paddle the ball over the line. I just think that when you need to get the ball down there and you've got guys being tagged and they haven't had their best of days.
And if they do get the footy kick, they're under pressure, aren't they? They're not giving you any delivery with any sort of constructive effort, have they?
No, someone else just might be able to do something for you that, you know, your star hasn't been able to because of the close checking. Winmar. Now, they've broken wide. Neal kicks long down towards the half-forward line. So Everett's the target. Just couldn't judge it. So Wine feeds it off to Crediuk. Goes wide. Jason Watts bundled over by Neal. Does well. So a chance now for St Kilda. Elliott. Can he set it up? Inside 50. Low. Couldn't take it on the second grab. Grant, who's been outstanding. And a free kick is going to be paid downfield.
Yes, no doubt about that. And no doubt about your comment about Grant. Keep Stewie Lowe quiet. You've done a very good job. And he's kicked just the one goal. Kellett looks for a hand pass. Wirra, that's off the side of the boot. Contest applied by Darcy. Umpire lets it go. West might have infringed. Umpire again lets it go. Well, Wakeland showed courage. Flipped back to Darcy. Darcy over the head of Wallace, for whom it was intended. Sierakowski to Winmar. Winmar starting to read the play a little bit better now and get into it. Plenty of time to steady here. The champ goes down to half-forward, and there's another one. 1-2. No, he hasn't been paid the mark. Grant taken high in the tackle. Free kick, no. Going to be a ball up. Thought it might have been just a tad too high.
It looked that way initially, Pete, didn't it? But Stewie Lowe just not having a day. Normally would gobble those sorts of marks up.
Right on the edge of the square. Darcy and Lowe. Lowe with strength. Burke. Good tackle by Ellis. Winmar punches it downfield, only to see Wallace in the road. A chance for the Scraggers again. Colin Smith. Game to bounce it today. A sidestep. Oh, straight to Jakovic. He too missed it, like Stewie Lowe only a few moments back. Smith and Sierakowski. The latter hits the dirt, the mud. Saints under all sorts of pressure. Kellett will look for a hand pass. No, he'll have a pick at the goals himself. St Kilda with the numbers. Burke. Burke wins it. Out towards Winmar. Needs to get a favourable bounce. It doesn't bounce that kindly for him. Gets it back to Burke. Back to Winmar. Winmar from right centre wing, trying to set something up. Now here's Peckett.
So Peckett from the centre wing. Kicks long. Stewie Lowe's his target. Grant's there. Pushes the ball to the front of the pack. Beveridge. Hands and knees. Wild hand pass. Thump forward there by Ramiro. He's happy to see the ball go over. 7-8-50 St Kilda. They lead or trail by 24 points. Footscray 11-8-74.
Hamstring corner.
So Lazar Vidovic with Christian Bardsley. Just stretching, ready to come back into the action. Smith to Ramiro. He's done a great job on Harvey. Kicks the ball long to West, coming out and marking his Young, and that'll be 50 metres. He Got to get 50 metres if someone takes a mark and then you grab and throw him to the ground.
Umpire doesn't agree with you, Kev.
Well, he's wrong. Young pumps the ball back inside 50. Grant, he's just been sensational. A marvellous game by Chris Grant. The talk is that Port Power willing to put up the figures, more dollar signs for him. Can Footscray keep him? Aussie Jones's kick's a poor one. Smith, second only to Grant today. Tremendous turn of speed to Jakovic. Shanahan thumps it away. Callett's pounced on it. He'll go short to Watts.
Good build-up, Kev, wasn't it? They did that very well. Just a good foot-running ability of the players like Smith, then Kellett. Plenty of supporting numbers, and then the disposal was spot on.
He's booted 2 goals, 1 goal in the second quarter, 1 in the third.
Been productive this year, though, Kev, hasn't he? 39 goals come into this game.
Started on the interchange bench. It's a big kick for Footscray, and he's drilled it.
Their leading goal kicker today, an honour he shares with Alan Jakovic, both with 3.
Yeah, it's on his 50th game, Pete. He's been productive in that area because it's not been a high-scoring game. So a goal in each of the last 3 quarters has been an important ingredient. And Smith again, the player running that ball forward. Plenty of support in front of the pack. The spoil coming from Shanahan. Footscray mop up and turn it over for a goal.
Back to 5 goals the difference, which is the biggest margin we've had today. Jones to half forward, yours partner, Grant. Again shows Stewie Lowe a clean pair of heels. Kicks it out to Steve Kolonyuk. He's going to come back across the goal. Shouldn't be too dangerous because Wallace is there. In fact, he had a couple of teammates as well, so that was good territory. That's out of bounds. Is it on the full? No, just Dimatina.
In fact, Grant's been such a dominating player that it might be better to keep him back in the goal square all the time.
Where
across centre-half back.
You'd like a few more Chris Grants, wouldn't you? Darcy, he's done well on the ruck. West.
Oh, clever.
That was very clever. Was very clever. Dimatina. Dimatina around the boundary line. Jakovic the target, pushing and shoving with Shanahan. It comes to Peckett. Through some heavy traffic at half-back. Peckett to Winmar, getting better all the time. Back to Peckett, approaching midfield. Awkward punt off the boot. Everett had it and lost it. Daniels, Neal.
Free kick to...
Going to come back. Free kick to Wine.
Yep, across the shoulder, umpire Ron Sawyer says. Against Everett.
Scotty Wine. Out wide. Wine to Wirra. Good long kick. Straight to 2 St Kilda players, Neal and Vidovic. That's the former who takes the mark. Campbell stands the mark. Neal out wide again. Nicholas Elvis Winmar to Joel Smith. Smith short of right centre wing. Good wrist on that. Everett the target. Lowe and Grant. Just flips it out in time, Grant. Kicked out in front of the pack. Daniels off the ground, into space. Darcy again. Now Jones. Runs his full distance. Spiral punt kick going goalwards. And Ellis stands his ground well, gets it to Liberatore.
And Libra away from that back pocket, finds Grant. So St Kilda really struggling this quarter. 3 of their stars in Burke, Lowe and Everett have all dropped simply easy marks. Just indication of their poor play after dominating the first 15 minutes of this game. But since then, Footscray have worked really hard and deserved their lead. Quill, hands and knees. Got plenty of support and backup. Ramiro. Jakovic is his target. Shanahan does well. Spoils. Holding the man. The free kick will come back to St Kilda. They'll go to Zilla. Footscray lead by 30 points, 12-8-80. St Kilda 7-8-50. And in a very important game, the Saints are going to let themselves down if this continues. Watts, he's booted 3, overruns the ball. Now recovers. Back to Ellis. To Darcy. Good strong play by Sierakowski. Smith with clever hands. Back to Darcy. Once more, Footscray into attack. Neal couldn't hang on to the mark. Ground level, Shanahan slaps the ball out. Harvey. He's had a tough day at the office. Kicks the ball back towards the half-forward line. Stewie Lowe tries to flip the ball on. Taken by Elliott. Hunting in numbers. Footscray players. Winmar's had a terrific last term. Back to Burke. He's got 3 to beat. Crediuk soccers the ball along the ground, but once more, numbers win out. Callett of Footscray hugs the boundary line, and the ball skids over.
He certainly did that. Landed about half a metre inside.
But there's a difference, Roscoe, isn't there? When there's a loose ball to be won, there's 3 or 4 Footscray players to 1 or 2 St Kilda players.
Yep. So boundary throw in. We're past the halfway stage of the final quarter. Jakovic, who's kicked 3. Kicks out in front of goal. No mark taken. This could really be handy for Footscray. That's a goal. Campbell has done it. Spent a lot of time on the bench, Tony Campbell. And that could almost be the sealer. Dare I say it at this early stage, because it's out to 6 goals, 13-8 to 7-8.
Well, I agree with you, Pete, because St Kilda just haven't shown enough to say they can kick more than a couple of goals on the trot. They've really struggled. And Jakovic is the player to set that up, and Campbell just enjoying a bit of a run forward at the moment, having come off the bench. Jakovic now on the bench, replaced by Hargraves.
So Tony Campbell gets the goal. St Kilda's season looking in tatters at the moment. They needed to win today to have any chance of making the 8. That's how cold it is. The brain's in reverse. It might be a 5 again if mergers keep happening the way they're predicted. So throw at midfield. Liberatore at the bottom of the pack again. Oh, nearly gets met. In fact, does get met pretty solidly. He's going to get the free kick. Bounces up like the India rubber man. Kicks out to half forward. Campbell, who kicked the last goal, gets onto his left. Centres it well. Shanahan having a battle down there. Peckett. Now back to Campbell again. This time with the right. Over the head of Shanahan and Hargraves. It's bouncing. And Jones forced to take it through for a behind. But even at this stage of the game, it might be a very handy behind.
Well, 37-point lead to Footscray as Young brings the ball back for St Kilda. Vidovic back on the ground. Started this last quarter on the interchange bench. Kicks the ball long, but Stewie Lowe hasn't been a force across half forward today. Ellis has been a good try for Footscray. Sierakowski goes to the ground. Beveridge, poor hand pass at the feet of Harvey, always under pressure from Ramiro. Caught was Smith, and once more, ferocious Footscray side. Finds Rowan Smith, who's just been outstanding. Only Grant has been better, and that's been marginally. Beautiful kick, and he finds Wirra.
And St Kilda still hasn't scored in this final quarter.
In the most desperate quarter of the year for him.
Yes, Jakovic is back on for Footscray. Up into a pocket.
So
good
Brad
kick,
Wirra,
wasn't it? Yeah, good kick to find Wirra.
Had that one game with the Dockers before being picked up by Footscray.
No goals this year, Kev, for Brad Wirra.
So maybe he can join Dimatina and kick his first ever in AFL football. He's done it. And is he excited? I like seeing players excited. Terry Wallace is excited. He's got a smile on his face.
Well, he was a bit disappointed, Brad Wirra, because a few of his Fremantle Dockers teammates had stayed over from their Friday night game, hoping to watch him yesterday when the game was planned to be at Whitten Oval, but of course they missed out on that. But he's been a good player, as we've mentioned a few times, for Footscray this year. Very steady, only young, and Smith's kick was spot on. Good distance and accuracy.
Brad Wirra kicks his first goal. 43 points is the difference now, and again Footscray come forward. Liberatore kicks to half forward. Young, well, he's tried his heart out. Straight down the centre of the ground, as you would expect. Beveridge runs into a brick wall. Daniels, a little flip up to Joel Smith, gives it back to Beveridge. Will he give it to Burke? No. Tries a balk. Kicks in short. Mark taken by Everett, who was good early in the game. He's kicked 2 goals. Their leading goal kicker.
St Kilda got off to such a good start. I just wonder whether they fell into a false sense of security by dominating the first 15 minutes, Roscoe, and then thought it was going to be easy.
Perhaps so.
And once you lose the run of it, it's hard to get it back.
That certainly has happened. Everett kicks at goal. Little reaction down there, but the goal umpire says one behind.
It's pretty hard to have reaction down
There's
there.
no one there. There's just a couple of construction workers.
And they're on a meal break.
Oh, dear.
So the difference back to 42 points. Well, we can tell you that that was St Kilda's first score of the final quarter. And it took them in terms of playing time, 18.5 minutes. There's 6 minutes left, if you can work that out. Footscray have done this all day. Been a great team effort. Ellis to Dimatina. Got a Paddock to move in. 55 out. Looks for Jakovic in front. Can't take the grab. Quill goes to ground. Out to Peckett. He's missed it. Jakovic for number 4. 30 metres out. Snaps and kicks. And he's kicked through. He's hit the post. 3 goals, 3 to the enigmatic one. 43 points the difference. 14-10 to 7-9. It's been a great second half by Footscray. It was 7-5 to 4-7 in Footscray's favour at half-time. The Bulldogs got themselves back into the game with a 5-goal burst in the second term, and that set it up for them. This is Cripps in the back pocket.
Jason Cripps will go short to Daniels. Feeds it back to Cripps, just trying to set up the loose man. They've been successful. Peckett out of the back pocket. Got plenty of space. Can size up his options, hoping to draw Wind. Now thumps the ball back to 50, and it's been marked by Winmar. Robert Harvey now playing in the goal square. I think that was a good move to get him out of the action, because unfortunately St Kilda needed some more drive from midfield.
Yep.
Winmar's had a terrific last quarter. So he'll be kicking from just outside of 50. The distance is there. 1 point. No, he's kicked a goal. Well, there is no reaction down there because there is no one there.
I put it down as a
you know
point.
what was disappointing then? No reaction from the St Kilda
exactly
players.
what I was going to say. Not a single movement really from his teammates to offer any congratulations or just say, well, come on, let's get going. All is not lost, although they certainly are running out of time.
Yes, 5 minutes to go in the match. Effectively, you would think 5 minutes to go in their season.
Look at that, not one reaction. A little clap then from, looked like was that Neil there, just in the corner of the screen. Dimatina in hot pursuit, beaten by Winmar. He's caught one high, must take the free kick. So it's been a big last term by Nicky Winmar. He's really lifted. He's had 15 possessions and 9 marks. Spent a fair bit of time on the interchange bench. So Winmar kicks the ball long. Wine versus Everett. Brown, front of the pack. Aussie Jones beaten by Wine. Drags the ball in. And we've got a ball up right on 50.
So a result here today that's going to be good for Hawthorn and Richmond. Particularly the latter, you would think, in terms of the run home to the finals. Libber, you'd give him points for endeavour today. Been terrific.
Well, if you can't beat the 15th side, you probably don't deserve to be in the final
right,
eight.
Kev,
Fair enough. 12 and 12 for Liberatore. Terry Wallace will be happy. Taking over from Alan Joyce. Around about mid-season, of course. Wirra kicked his first AFL goal not long back in this term. But you've got to hand it to Footscray. Their endeavour has been terrific. You would think that they were the side running for a place in the 8. Not St Kilda. Wind tries for fellow Brownlow medalist Liberatore, couldn't find him. The umpire again will bounce it. So the players probably having their minds on the showers at the moment. A bitterly cold day in Melbourne. Will seem even colder in the St Kilda rooms. Libber taken high. Joel Smith a flip up. Wind did well for the big fella. Cripps. Still he goes. It's out of bounds. So boundary throw it on centre wing. As the clock ticks down, under 3 minutes remaining in this match now. Burke. Wallace punches. Tony Brown kicks up towards full forward. Everett was the target. Ellis was there. Couldn't complete the mark. Still he goes. Beveridge tries to get clear. Claimed by Wallace. That was an excellent tackle. And the veteran has tied him up in knots. A bounce or a ball up some 15 metres out from the St Kilda goal.
Just 2.5 minutes of action left. Footscray lead 94-57. Wallace kicks back. Good fist away there by Rowan Smith. He's been great today. Callett with the numbers. Footscray. Weira goes short and he'll find Dimatina. Just had to stretch at the last moment. Back to Luke Darcy. Sets it up at centre half forward. Hargraves tries to tap the ball on. Neal for St Kilda has to kick the ball back towards centre half forward. Tony Brown needed a kind bounce, couldn't get it. Beveridge goes to ground. Ellis. He's been a handy player today, Ellis.
He has.
Kicks the ball wide. That's wonderful vision. Finds Krediuk, who can go to Jakovic. Shanahan will make it tough. Neal will clean up. And it's a shocking kick. Puts it out on the full. So I think that just about sums up St Kilda's day.
Does it what?
Tony Campbell. One would think he will try and set it up to Jakovic. He's in front. Punched away. Aussie Jones, been one of St Kilda's best today. Kicks the ball back. 2 to beat for Lowe. Punched away by Ground. Daniels copped a couple of heavy blows. Look at Grant. He's had a terrific day. Dances around, tries to set up, deliver, who was caught. Ooh. He'll take the free.
That hurt. Right in the breadbasket.
But he's up to Smith, who goes short to Ellis, who can kick this to the goal square. So big chance for Footscray. Behind play, Jakovic is complaining, but Shanahan takes the free kick.
Under a minute left in the match now as Burke takes the hand pass at right half back. 10 kicks in the first quarter, 23 for the match. Punched away by Kolonyuk. Desperation still there by Footscray and Kolonyuk in particular there. Krediuk provides a shepherd. It's still in play. Burke kicks short up towards centre wing. Ellis again. Back to Wallace. And Footscray showing all the endeavour that Wallace, that is their coach, would have demanded at quarter time after they were down. They got up and they're playing, as I said, as if they were the side going for the finals. Hargraves kick. Snap at goal by Jakovic is off target and through for one behind. So that might be the last kick of the game. One behind, kicked by Alan Jakovic. 3 goals for his return to senior football. Not a bad effort. One of those was a poster. So Nathan Burke will kick in. The man sitting next to us has got his finger on the button. That's the siren. So Stan Alves ponders the season, you would think. A match that he expected to win. He's been upstaged by Footscray. The match transferred from the Whitten Oval. And it's a transfer that has done Footscray the world of good because they've emerged victorious 14-11-95, defeating St Kilda 8-9-57.